Welcome back for another one. And I wanted to start this video off letting you guys know that I did decide to continue on with the CMT level 2. At first I was thinking I might not, but figured why not. Alright, pass the first one, keep the ball rolling. Also because even if I fail this time around or pass, you have to wait 6 months to take the next one. They only go June and December of every year, so that's a long period of time to be waiting to get to try again. So I want to try to expedite the process just because I want to get this over with. But anyway, diving back in, test is going to be in December. Other than that, I've been out and about enjoying my time in the summer. If you guys haven't noticed, ever since my Cancun trip, basically, I realized how much I enjoy my freedom, especially after last year with the lockdowns and everything, enjoying the benefits of Florida. If you're not in a state that lets you do fun things, truly sorry. Pretty controversial time we're living in. All right. That's about it for that, though. Yes, I am jumping back in. I want to get this done, and I want to get better with technical analysis and my understanding of it. But anyway, speaking of that, let's take a look at the charts. Coming over to the Bitcoin chart. One thing I want to point out to you guys, I've noticed, is along the way I've been saying this is looking more and more like 2013. Well, one thing I wanted to show you is the monthly is, so when it comes to TA as well, the longer the time frame, the more important the candles are. All right, and everything for that matter. All right, all the indicators, everything is more significant on a larger time frame. So monthly is as good as it gets. All right, and you can see in 2013 we had this blow off top, and then we put in a reversal candle. What you call this one is a hanging man. All right, so hanging man is a one candle reversal pattern. As you can see with this picture, it's just a very short wick at the top or no wick at all with a long wick on the bottom. If you get this at the top or the bottom, it typically indicates exhaustion in the market and that we're about to get a reversal. All right, most candlestick patterns in general are reversal patterns. So Bitcoin showed that in 2013, then it dumped, and then it printed another reversal candle. And then it followed that up with one more parabolic move. And we got basically the same exact top pattern this year. So this is one thing I should have been looking at as well, which I wasn't really paying attention to. If you were watching my videos, I was definitely calling for a top in Bitcoin, which I'll talk about a little later. But yeah, all the signs were there that Bitcoin was done and it was going to roll over. And unfortunately, it still takes the whole market down with it, right? Because we're still speculative right now, waiting for that point where we go into mass adoption and all these banks and institutions and retail are actually using these cryptos, right? We're still a few years out for that, in my opinion. But anyway, this year, what do we get? We got another reversal candle. This type is considered, this is basically a doji candle, which is also a reversal candle. That one followed with a dump, and then another doji-like candle at the bottom, and then will we get the parabolic move? By the looks of this, yeah, this is still really healthy looking. So we'll see what happens, but just wanted to show you 2013 is still in play as far as the chart goes. All right, coming over to the lower time frames. All right, so this is the 4 hour. Wanted to show you guys this today because even though the monthly looks good, I would say that the shorter time frame looks a little bearish. All right, for one reason being, right now, as you can see, we came up to retest the point that we fell from, broke above it, and essentially got rejected. All right, so we're definitely fighting in here. You can see zooming in that the moving averages are definitely acting as support and resistance. All right, this is the 50, 100, and 200 on the 4 hour simple moving average. All right, so I was saying the other day, if we lost the 50, we're going to dump down, test the 100, which we did, bounced off of that. Now we're going back for the 50 to see if we can break back above. Personally, I think that we might not. Right, zooming in, you can see it was almost like a little hangman forming here on the 4 hour as well. Even though I had mentioned longer time frames are the most important, you can definitely see the same patterns when you zoom in on the 1 hour, 4 hour, whatever you look at. All right, so but they just tend to not be as reliable. But anyway, right now we are testing the 50, which also aligns with, well, this recent support that we had that we fell from, and also the spot where we dumped from earlier on in the year. So this is a significant level, I would say. And if we can't hold it, I think that the two areas we're going to test, so if we come back to the 100, I think we'll probably lose it because we bounced off the first time. I think that it won't hold the next time. So I think we'll probably fall down to somewhere in this area, which is going to be roughly 44,000-ish, which would also align with where we had previous resistance, broke above, had support in August, and it also aligns with previous support that we had back in February. So that will probably be a critical level. Honestly speaking, I think that might be what happens, and I'm not sure that we go any lower than that. I think what you might see is we can dump down to that area and then maybe just trade around in this range for a little bit and then maybe finally take off to end the year. That's what I could see happening. With that being said, you can see very similar things happening on the Ethereum chart. So I have a few things I want to point out there for you as well. All right, so coming over to Ethereum. One thing that sticks out to me right away, this is on the weekly. Once again, hangman reversal candle that came in last week, or 2 weeks, last week, yeah. This week's about to close as well, so almost 2 weeks ago. But anyway, it came in at the same time we have a downward trend on the RSI, as well as extremely low buying volume. So I think that that's enough evidence for me to expect a potential reversal right here. All right, but one thing to point out is I actually talked about this a few weeks ago on a TradingView analysis. If you don't follow me there, definitely check out my TradingView posts if you're interested in seeing what I have to say from time to time. Probably start posting more of these ideas on there more often. But anyway, I just noticed playing around with the fib retracement levels and everything that Ethereum is printing out to look a lot like 2017, right? Almost to the T. So you can see here in 2017, Ethereum had the big run up and then it sold off like 70%, something like that. I don't have it right here, but anyway, you could see that, it bounced off of that, came back up to test the 786 retracement, got rejected, came back to the 236, and then consolidated for one more parabolic move to end the year. Also, what's interesting is it's aligning on the same time frame. So the top came in June, and then it dumped, came back and retested this area in August, which is almost what we're doing here. We dumped mid-May and coming back to retest it in August. All right, so a lot of similarities, but the positive thing to note there is that we did end up consolidating and blowing up one more time. All right, so this fib retracement took us all the way up to 13,000, the top of it, and that's exactly where we went. All right, so Ethereum does the exact same thing. Did I say 13,000? I meant 1,300, if that's what I said. But anyway, all right, so this time around, if that happens, as you can see, it will take us up to about 13,000, all right, which would be 10 times the peak of the last top. So that's kind of what crypto has been doing, honestly. Coming over to Bitcoin again real quick. Let's zoom out. So the Bitcoin top came in December of 2013 around 1,200, all right. Then it went on to put a top in around 20,000, all right. little more than 10 times growth, right? So if Ethereum did that, 10 times growth would be 13,000. If it did almost what Bitcoin did, it would take us up to 20. So I think we could definitely land somewhere in that range. Couple that with the fact that there's so much money behind Ethereum. There's so many institutional bag holders that I do not see a scenario where Ethereum doesn't just explode to end the year. All right. And this move that took off started in November. So don't be surprised to see a rejection right here where we are at the given moment. I don't think we'll fall as deep. I laid over the bar pattern, as you can tell. I don't think we'll fall as deep. I think if we dipped, we'll probably fall to 2400 area and then consolidate in that range and take off. All right. But laying over the bar pattern, it's crazy how much it fits. So don't be surprised, right? September, October, I know everyone's been saying September's the month, market's going to explode. Maybe not, all right? Don't be surprised if September and October are also boring, all right? It happened in 2017 in a wild year. If you weren't there for that, that was an exciting one, all right? But there was basically 6 months of boringness as well. So hang tight, kind of my point here. I'm still in my positions. I definitely sold out a lot of stuff that I didn't want to be having anymore. I'm basically just sitting in XRP, Stellar. I'm about to buy some Auguran in my IRA with the second half of what I had at Schwab. I'm sending it all over to iTrust at this given time. Actually, I sent half at first to buy some Stellar. Now I'm going to buy some Auguran just because I really like the two projects. I think they have potential to be around in 10 years. That's kind of what I focus on. What cryptos are actually going to be used by institutions and so on and be around in 10 years. And I can tell you, Safe Moon and Baby Doge do not fall under that category. All right. So be careful with your money. This is not a lotto ticket. And, you know, I've done really well for myself, enough so that I don't have to work right now. I don't have to do anything. I can go to Cancun in May and take the whole summer off doing whatever I want. And I got there because I took my time. I've been here forever. I've invested in cryptos that actually had sustainability and not memes and other crap. Now, maybe I missed the boat on Doge. I could have bought that, but hey, I don't need to anymore. All I need is about one more parabolic move to end this year, and I will be good to go. All right, so even if you missed it this run, you can get it on the next one if you pay attention, do your homework, and don't give up. Do not give up on this market, because right now, coming over to CoinMarketCap, what are we sitting at? 2 trillion? I have no doubt in my mind that eventually down the road, this crypto market is going to be worth at least 100 trillion. And I would say that to be within this decade, all right? Further down the road, I expect it to be worth a lot more than that, unless the world completely falls apart and the population is reduced by 90% or something like that. But anyway, that's a different topic. So, just doing Bitcoin and Ethereum because, to be quite honest, these are the ones that are going to lead the market. There is one outlier, though, and that is XRP, right? So, coming over to XRP, few things to point out that I'm seeing right now. For one, it looks like to me we're putting in a double top. All right, so we had the double top back in April, May, and the way you actually confirm that is break below the previous support and back test it, right? So that's a double top. All right, people say, oh, it's double top up here. No, it has to come below and actually be below the support for you to even be thinking that. It has to close below, all right? So XRP kind of just did that now, all right? Had a double top here. We dumped below, had a bullish or bearish engulfing candle yesterday. Now we're back testing the support, so we will see how this plays out. But as I've marked for you, I think that the lowest we will fall, if we fall with XRP, is going to be down to the 84, 85 cent level, all right? And as I've marked in the chart, this is a critical level because that's where we fell from previously in May and June. And also, it's where all of these simple moving averages are essentially aligned right now. So I think you'll see heavy support in this area. So if we get a dump, don't be surprised that it happens and comes down here. I could be completely wrong. As I've said, I'm holding my XRP in Stellar, and the reason being for that is I'm so confident in the fundamentals here, nothing to do with the charts, that I could honestly care less. All right, I think XRP and Stellar are just like, you know, there's no guarantees in investing right now, but this is as close as it gets, in my opinion. All right, they are so deep in bed with governments that, you know, you got to go down the rabbit hole to understand this if you haven't. And one thing I wanted to point out for you as well, if you want to do that, you haven't been paying attention, come over to King Solomon. All right, so he's been putting out some very important videos lately. So he showed a document confirming XRP to be working with the Swift network. If you don't know what that is the company that has existed, or the entity that has existed for like 40 years that processes all these cross-border payments right now. It's slow, inefficient, and has like a 6% failure rate. All right, so they clearly need to upgrade, and it would only make sense that they would be working with XRP. All right, and he's showing documents with them talking about working with them. All right, and then also this Synchrony Bank, he talks about a document here, a patent that was just filed with Synchrony Bank demonstrating the use of XRP for settlement in their credit card payment system that they have. All right, and Synchrony is connected to basically all the credit card transactions that happen. All right, Amazon, PayPal, eBay, everything that matters uses Synchrony, and they literally have a patent demonstrating using XRP for settlement. So I don't know what else you need to see. All right, come check these out. There's another one over here, XRP and Swift to be used together. Just come here. All of the recent ones that he's posted the past week, you definitely want to watch these if you need reassurance on the fundamental side. All right, I don't have all the time in the world to show you all this. There's so much information out there on the internet available, and a great community in the XRP community that you can tell, including King Solomon, is just getting fed up with trying to show this to people and no one listening, right? Because it's so obvious, to be honest. It is so obvious. You kind of just have to wait. That's why I'll never sell my XRP and Stellar. I'm done worrying about it. That's why I reduced a lot of my positions, got rid of literally all my debt. You know, I have some cash on the side to sustain myself, and I am waiting. All right? I am confident in my positions, and I suggest that if you want to be in that state of mindset, you do more research, or find the people who find all these documents like King Solomon and just give you the information for free. All you have to do is put the time into it, and you can be that confident as well. All right, just be careful. Don't lose money on all the crap in this market and get distracted and panic sell and all that. Make sure that whatever you have invested is a fair amount that you can make money, but also so that you're not mentally unstable. That's what I would say. All right, so that's my first update, jumping back into it. Long-term outlook is bullish. Maybe we trade sideways for a few weeks, months, whatever. But ultimately, I think we're going to get one more blow off top before we go into any kind of bear market. As I've said, I definitely want to keep getting back into this. I think my next video is going to come on Tuesday. I'm not going to say tomorrow anymore, because last time I said tomorrow, it ended up being 1 month. So, but anyway, Tuesday, I think, is my goal. All right, I'm going to make a video on how to hedge against stuff like this. All right, well, let me go back to it real quick. All right, so remember in April, I was saying Bitcoin's going to dump, right? I kept saying it, but guess what I did? Even I did nothing, because I was so confident in what I held that I didn't expect it to get dumped by Bitcoin. But I forgot that, unfortunately, this market just follows whatever Bitcoin does. But anyway, all the signs were there. All right, Bitcoin was downtrending on the RSI since January. All right, and it had this Wyckoff distribution happening it was so obvious. Once we lost this 50-day moving average as well, you should have just said, get out of there, right? The signs are there, right? You just kind of have to pay attention to them. But see, you lose track and stop paying attention during euphoric moments. That's when it always happens, all right? And this was definitely a euphoric moment, right? Everyone was making money. We're going to keep going, all right? So it was kind of like a cycle inside of a cycle. So now you know how it feels to go all the way up and kind of go all the way back down, all right? So this time I'm going to make a video and show you how you can prepare to not lose next time, all right? And that's going to consist with learning how to maybe take some very low leverage shorts so you don't lose money, and also how to maybe buy some put options that will correlate with this market, all right? So that should do it for today. If you notice, I didn't use my camera. I might not be using it much anymore from now on, except from time to time if I feel like it, to be honest. Maybe a special video or a live stream, whatever. But I think that's half the reason why I stopped doing this, because it takes more effort than you might think to throw up that green screen and crop it all together and all this stuff. And I gotta spend most of my time focusing on this, all right? So, all right, that should do it for today. Hope that was informative. As always, please like and subscribe, share with your friends and family, and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks.
NFT.